God, the music is so dramatic. Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to Mindustry, a free-to-play no-ads factory-based defense game. You play as a core member in the planet Serpulo, a planet infested by spores with no other life form whatsoever. Today I'll be guiding you on my journey and how this game totally works. We start in the game by having less technologies, and our mission is to extract resources, fend off our bases, and spread all across the planet. We start at ground zero, and immediately after landing our core shard, the conquest has begun. Upon arriving, I immediately look for the ore deposits, and then I put mechanical drills and some conveyor belts to deliver it to the core shard. While looking for more ore deposits to extract from, I also have to look for the enemy spawn where I have to fend off. As you can see, I have waves to defend from. So I put turrets and ready up some walls, did some research on some routers, and I secured the base. Though the cost of the research was very hefty, but at least I got something working, like putting up some turrets, separating them, and putting loads of ammunition according to what ore they prefer, and fending off these waves. And all the while, I made so many mechanical drills, put some very long conveyor belts, and then extracting every bit of the freaking mineral in this sector as soon and as efficient as possible. With all the ore collected, I also upgraded my tech tree. For every progress, it increases my happiness. I still went on and fend off some waves and extracting all the sector's resources and upgrading my tech tree. For every progress, it increases my happiness. And with that upgrade, I learned how to do walls, finally, so that my turrets can give a break of being attacked all the time. And with more sufficient ores, I finally do more research, giving me the advancement of defending myself from aircraft threats. After dealing with the final wave, the sector is finally mine. With all my current advancements complete, I now proceed to the Frozen Forest, the second main sector of the Serpulo. Promising for a better influence of spreading and not enough resources to launch? Damn it, I have to wait ground zero for more resources. After the wait, it was finally done. I proceed to the Frozen Forest. After arriving in the Frozen Forest, I immediately scanned the area for the enemy spawn and went back to my base to refuel because I am running really low on resources. I am even struggling on building some drills as I speak. After sufficient ore delivery, it's time to build the turrets. I also made some copper walls to make the enemy AI think that my turret side will be easier to invade instead of the heavier wall sides. And to my prediction, they went into my turret side with less walls instead. Now this is where I made a mistake of upgrading my turret side of the walls, because they are actually smart enough to swerve and go to my undefended side, on which I panicked so hard that they nearly destroyed my base. So it was back to less walls and even fortifying the other ones. As the waves go on, however, I don't think my defense would even last that long, but what can I do? My research is so limited and I have to unlock the rest. As the 11th wave approaches, they decide to swerve through my walls which have no turrets in it, and I panicked so goddamn hard. They rip into here with such force that they left me crying while I'm defending my base desperately, and I failed. I'll never forgive myself. Well, I'm just gonna conquer another sector anyways. I landed in sector 175, and it's rather spacious with tons and tons of ore that I could finally extract. I began planning defense first because I don't want to repeat what happened last time. I didn't experiment it. If I load the shard with coal, what would happen? And it says new content unlocked, so I checked my research tool. And I found the research tree has been upgraded. I can finally turn gold to graphite, sand and coal into silicon, discover electricity, defenses, and so much more. Time for revenge. Woo! I begin to work the electricity and the factory work inside the base and loading up my shard before the big fight at the Frozen Forest. It has cleared to me that my objective is to clear the Frozen Forest and take what is mine. I went back to the Frozen Forest and used electricity by harvesting every coal in the sector and using it for my lancers. The lancer lasers were way too effective against these waves, and finally I conquered the sector. Now all I have to do is just repeat the process, and I got this.